One love, God bless. Father Nelson here, and today I'm here to talk to you about how we are the salt of the earth. Now, this was something that was first, brought to my attention in the Bible, where they called us the salt of the earth. And we're saying that we are a peculiar people. We are someone who walks this plane with knowledge. We are supposed to preserve the traditions of our past, preserve the wisdom of our past. But like we've seen with how the pyramids can't even be rebuilt because that knowledge was lost, we have also began the process of losing our knowledge and letting our technology do everything for us. And I'm not saying this is what happened to the Egyptians, but this is similar, it seems, to what they went through. And even it aligns with what the Bible is saying, how many times the Egyptians and the pharaohs kept sinning. And if you look along most of the other stories of the Bible, societies that would stay in sin usually were eradicated at some point. Usually the whole generation would be wiped out, which is what I'm sure would happen eventually to the Egyptians and the, people of Egypt back in those times who were worshiping these sun gods and Ra and, I don't know all the rest of them, but all these different gods. We are the salt of the earth, though, is what I'm trying to get at. We are a peculiar people who have wisdom within our DNA. If we do things like meditation and prayer, we're able to tap into these divine inspirations, divine knowledge and wisdom that is within us, and it helps guide us into a certain alignment that we are supposed to be walking on. When we are just living in society without any care or without any, thirst for real wisdom and knowledge, then we are living pretty much a dead life. We are living as just an unconscious being who is constantly being thrown at mercy with life. We have to realize that there's a certain lineage that has been birthed to us. There's certain divine essence that is within us. We can preserve knowledge, preserve wisdom, and not only preserve knowledge and wisdom, but help preserve things of this earth that will help benefit us to reach this next potential, this next level that we've been dying to reach as society. It's not through iPhones, it's not through technology, it's not through worshiping these false idols and, celebrities and devices. It's not putting all of our efforts into these devices, into these people that we love to make rich and these things. It's about us preserving the natural ways that we are supposed to be living, the natural laws of the universe, and using these preserved laws and ways and teaching it to our next generation so they don't slip and fall into sin like so many have done in this time. See, we're not so far off from the pharaohs and the people of Egypt that we read about in the Bible. If you read about Exodus and Genesis and things like this, Exodus, we have to realize that we are here for a reason. We are here for a purpose. And if we're not doing what our purpose is, and I don't mean our, big goals or big dreams or a career or this and that. I mean, living out of a righteous standard, living out of a holy place, living out of the divine universal laws that we're supposed to. If we're not at least living out of this purpose and out of this place, then there is going to be trials and tribulations time and time and again, not only with us, but our generations. If we don't preserve the natural laws of this universe and teach them down to our youth, teach them down to our loved ones, teach them down to anybody who is willing to listen, then we are only furthering the we are only furthering the trials and tribulations to come in this world. We don't want to be another cog in the machine. We don't want to be another hamster on a cycle. Hamster on this wheel of life, not knowing that we are in a cage and there's actually a whole world around this cage. But we love to stay in this cage, or most people love to stay in this cage. They love to stay on this hamster wheel because it's convenient. They have their water right there. They have some food over there. But we have to realize there's more to this. This is what knowing and doing research so that you do know more about the past and about holy scriptures and just about self-help in general. It all takes you to the same place. It all takes you to knowing yourself through the divine source, knowing yourself through your own self journey, not from somebody else helping you or somebody else making it happen for you. Of course, there's tons of teachers, gurus, and masters that we can learn from, but it's about ourself. It's about a self journey that is going to help bring you the wisdom and knowledge and guidance that you need. Everybody is different. Everybody comes to a realization at different times, and everybody comes to their own true path and journey at different times. But you have to be patient. You have to be aware when you're not aligned with the ways of the universe, the ways of the Most High, with the ways of Yah. When we aren't aligned, whether you're religious or spiritual or whatever you want to call it, there's going to be trials and tribulations in your life. It's not about a religion. It's not about a dogma. It's not about a particular sect or race or any of these things. It's all about these are the universal laws. And regardless what text and what book or what self-help book or spiritual book or holy book that you get these laws from, you will realize how much these laws affect your perseverance, affect your actual ability to sustain your life in a healing and joyful way. When you follow these laws, it will be much easier for you. You will be much easily able to handle situations in your life and see the blessings that are coming from them. See the lessons that are coming from them. See the ways that you can work around or work through these obstacles instead of struggling through them like you did in your past, because now you are able to be in touch with that divine wisdom, be in touch with that divine guidance, and you're also doing the practices that you need to so that you're able to navigate in this world exactly how we're supposed to. We are here to preserve this world, preserve the word of the Most High, preserve the ways of our people of the past, not follow into the ways of man and society and the craziness that we are living in now. It's honestly sad how many lost people there are, how many people are lost in iniquity, in pure confusion. They don't even realize that they are living in confusion, living in opposite of what has been preserved to us, what has been taught down to us. I was one of these people. I never thought that, that there was actually a way to live. It's not a way like it's such a strict or something that's going to be agonizing. Yes, it may be tough at first to live in a way of righteousness, live in the ways of just simply the 10 commandments alone. Stick with just that. It may be tough at first, but you will see the blessings with just sticking with such a simple 10 universal laws. And then you can add on whatever else you want to at the end of the day. But try these things out. Don't just take the things I say for like, oh yeah, this must just work for him, or this must just work for a certain amount of people, but it probably isn't gonna work for me, so I'm not gonna even try it. Don't be one of those people who hear the truth and still deny it. Be one of these people who are trying things out for themselves. I'm not telling you to go sacrifice a goat and, spill the blood all over your front porch and all over yourself and dip your right finger and put it on your ear. I'm not telling you to do a bunch of crazy things. I'm telling you just to live righteously, live holy, and try these things out for yourself, and you will see that there is much progress in your life. Just try meditation 5 minutes a day, and you will see there is much progress in your life, much more happiness in your life, much more abundance and synchronicity in your life. These have been universal things that have been preserved down to us, and we are the salt of the earth. That is the people who are supposed to keep this presence, keep this essence pure, keep it clean, keep it holy, keep it in a way that is going to truly preserve the essence and the vibration that it's supposed to preserve. We aren't even supposed to be, if we want to get truthful, we aren't supposed to even be saying God. We're supposed to be saying Yahweh or Elohim or Jah at the very least. And most people don't even realize that Jah, in all capital, Jah, is actually written in the Bible. Almost like they slipped up and left it in there, or they just wanted certain people to know the true name of Yahweh, of God, or Jah. You know, we have to realize that when we don't preserve certain things in our culture, in our environment, then they get lost forever. Then now we have everybody saying God this, God that, God bless, and when really we need to be going back to the original source, going back to the original way of our people. And then when we are able to do this, we are able to live in more alignment with our true nature, instead of how everybody is having this depression and anxiety and greed and just things that are making them off balance mentally, physically, and spiritually. This is what happens when we don't preserve our nature. This is what happens when we don't preserve our true culture. Most people in America don't even have culture. It's mainly the Hispanics and the Asians that only preserve their culture truthfully, but you don't see too many Africans truly, indulging in their African culture. They just call themselves African American. You don't see too many Irish indulging in their Irish culture. They just call themselves American. They don't even call themselves Irish American. And so on, of whatever different races there is, even European, or they just call themselves white now, or Caucasian, not even knowing that they're from the Caucasus Mountains. So we have to preserve our true culture, our true essence, and this is what will help navigate us in this world, so that we're not so lost and stuck in iniquity and wondering and looking around why it seems like we're living in chaos, why it seems like we're living in hell. And it's really just because we don't have the true knowledge. We're living off of knowledge based off of what society is telling us what knowledge is. But truthfully, real knowledge doesn't come from what society is saying. Real knowledge comes from having that wisdom of ancient texts, wisdom from universal laws, wisdom from things that have been passed down to other leaders and spiritual, gurus that we can learn from. It's not so much about making sure you are, praying 5 times a day and making sure that you're meditating, for 2 hours every single day. No, of course you want to maybe get to this level. You want to always be able to give thanks in the most that you can. But truthfully, we want to get to a point where we just are aligned with our true path. By doing a little bit every single day, it adds up. It adds up to a lot, and it will help you change your life little by little. If you want to do a lot every single day, it'll help change your life a lot by a lot. But don't overexert yourself trying to, change the ways and the brainwashings of the culture. Don't overexert yourself trying to, just be the best person that you can. Of course, we want to try our best to be the best person that we can, but don't beat yourself up if you stumble, Just learn from that stumble and make sure that it doesn't happen again. Don't beat yourself up if you weren't so kind today. Just learn that you were aware that you weren't being kind, and that is a great start. Next time you'll be aware that you're starting to not be kind, and you could just cut it right then and there. And then the next time you can be aware that you're thinking that you're about to speak something unkind, and then you can cut it before you even speak it. And then before you know it, you don't even think unkind things. So it takes time. We have to truly let these things simmer. We have to truly let these new ideas cook in our minds, because society has pushed so much in our head that we think when we are living aligned, which is living in a righteous, holy standard, that it is an effort, that it is something that is going against the grain, when really it should be natural. Really, we shouldn't have so much of this, frequencies that are negative coming into our environment. But this is the society we live in. Even if you listen in the radio, they're talking about sex and drugs and what this celebrity is doing and that celebrity is doing. They're not giving you any advice, They're calling to catch someone cheating, or they're doing all types of crazy things on the radio, on the TV, on your phone. But we have the choice to use the knowledge. We have the choice to preserve the wisdom and help others in a way that we're supposed to be helping them, by being that salt of the earth, by not letting society dictate how we think and act, but letting the ways of the Most High dictate how we have been blessed to be able to act. Be a blessing and be blessed. Everything will come to you naturally. You'll see synchronization all around you, and you'll just have a more peaceful, serene life within and throughout you. So try it out for yourself for 30 days, 60 days. Within 15 days, you'll see that your life is changing for the best. And if you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, share. I appreciate everybody that's, already done this. And I hope you have a blessed journey and a blessed day. One love.